Good morning, my darlings. Welcome to a brand new vlog. Oh my goodness, am I happy to be here. We are here in the Maldives for 10 days. Oh my gosh. Charlie and I literally booked this trip about 4 days before flying out. We are staying at the beautiful Raffles Hotel, which is way down south. I think it's probably as far south in the Maldives as you can possibly get. We are about this close to the equator and it's heaven. It is actual heaven. We've actually already been here 2 nights, but it always takes me a little bit of time to warm up with vlogging and just kind of settle in. So I thought I would pick up the camera and start vlogging today. We've actually got a really lovely day planned. We're heading out to breakfast now. We've already been to the gym. I did 30 minutes of yoga on the Peloton app and Charlie did an arm workout, and now we are heading to breakfast. It's so beautiful here. I cannot wait to show you around. I'll do a little bit of a chat later on about how this compares to other islands that we've stayed at. Hint, it's amazing, potentially our favourite. And yeah, everything here is just absolutely stunning. The food is amazing, but I'll show you all of that. But for now, we're both peckish, we need some food, so let's head over to breakfast. Well, this is the spot that we are having our breakfast this morning. How are you feeling, darling?
At peace.
At peace?
No, it always takes a couple of days for me to like settle into a holiday. Does that resonate with a lot of people? But particularly when you come out here, because it is a bit more of a mission. Obviously it's a longer haul flight, it takes a couple of days, but when you're here there's just nothing like it, is there?
Yeah, we were saying we've not done a 10-day holiday in how long? Like 3-4 years?
No, I don't think we've been away, you and I, 10 days for a holiday in about 5 years since South Africa, 5 or 6 years.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
And the problem with that holiday, that was wonderful, but we moved around a lot.
Yeah.
We've never, in our 10-year relationship, done 10 days in one place.
Oh my gosh.
So it is going to be really, I mean, we're only a couple of days in, but no, we love this island, don't we?
So far, so good.
Every island has its positives and negatives, of course, like anywhere, but this island is so near to what we love about Maldives.
It's quite an authentic island.
It's quite a small island, it's very natural.
Yeah.
But the food is super high level, isn't it? Which is
really good.
For me. We did a little gym session this morning, keeping active.
Yep.
And the other big thing that makes a big difference for me here is the breakfast. They've got lots of healthy options.
Yeah, loads.
It's not just your standard like eggs Benedict and stuff. It's like you've got some really nice porridge I had yesterday. How are you finding it?
Speaking of healthy breakfast, I think that is my massive bread basket coming in here.
Is it?
Yep. Almond croissant, butter croissant, pain au chocolat.
Alfred croissant.
Senor Alfred croissant is arriving. Full feast has arrived. We've got avocado on toast, bread basket. I've got some watermelon, avocado on toast again, coffee, and my smoothie bowl, which I think is like a chia seed goji bowl of yumminess. Bon appetit! Well, this is going to be quite an amazing experience. We're actually going proper sailing in the Top Cat. Did wonder why they said they needed lots of wind, because normally the boats have got engines, but we're proper sailing. So he said we can go wherever we want. We just said, take us to sea, Mr. Murdoch. And we're going to maybe see some dolphins, explore the atoll. We learnt that this is the largest atoll, not only in the Maldives, but in the world, didn't we? Yeah. The Gafu Atoll, where we are now.
Do you know what I think is fascinating is when you think of the Maldives, you think of it's just a collection of islands.
Yeah.
Really, don't you? And even having been here, I thought there were a few atolls, but to give you an idea where but there's more than a few, and where we are,
hundreds.
Exactly, and where we are is like the proximity of the very southern point of England to the north of Scotland. In terms of like, we're very south within the Maldives, and where we visited previously has been like north of Scotland, like Iceland. Because the flight we took was an hour and 40 minutes domestic flight from Marley. So if you think how far you'd get on an hour and 40 domestic flight, we'd get north of Iceland, because Iceland's an hour flight from London.
It's mad.
So
more than going to the south of Spain.
So in terms of like the size of the area,
huge.
And I think that is why, I'll be honest, one massive positive, I don't want to jinx it, but I feel like the weather,
it's better.
We're nearer the equator here, nearly on the equator. I think the weather here is much better. Like, you do always take a risk when you go to the Maldives or any tropical destination, but I think the weather here so far seems a lot more.
It's absolutely perfect. So I've switched to vlogging on the phone because I didn't fancy bringing my camera on board because there's obviously not much space to put everything. I feel like a proper sailor in my cap.
Yeah.
How are you feeling, darling?
Do you know what? I was apprehensive to start with, but this is actually the proper way to do it, isn't it? It's proper authentic. Yeah. I'm going to get some serious tan lines.
Yeah, but we've been taught the basics on how to steer with the sails, and we're heading out into the blue. Where the water turns turquoise and you can see the waves breaking. That is the edge of the coral reef that surrounds the atoll, and that's where we're heading. Wow, so we are now on the edge of the atoll above the coral reef. You can see the little bits in the water. This is all coral underneath us. I'm not sure if I'm brave enough to put my phone camera in the water. I probably could do. But gosh, the water is so crystal clear you don't even need to. We've got the perfect conditions for sailing today, just a light breeze. And you can see over in the distance the waves crashing. That is where they are crashing onto the coral reef, where the open sea meets the edge of the atoll. Gosh, this is incredible.
Obviously, so this is steering us, and the sail is dictating speed.
If you bring it close to you, it will go downwind.
Okay.
Away, it will go into the wind.
And into the wind will slow us down?
Into the wind, yeah, it slows down.
So if I pull it, it speeds us up?
Yeah, like if you pull it, the catamaran goes down.
Oh, I see.
Push it, it goes down.
And about an hour later, we have made our return back to the beautiful island. You can really see how tiny it is from this angle. The spa treatment rooms. Wow, and this is where Charlie and I did our morning workout this morning in the gym. That is a traditional Maldivian boat called a doni. And look at this, back to our very own island paradise. On dry land, and that was just the loveliest experience. We were probably on the water for just over an hour, but it was so lovely. The conditions today are perfect. A nice breeze, which is great if you want to lay out on the beach, because otherwise it is just toasty. I think it's about 31 degrees here. Funny thing about vlogging in the Maldives is that every day is literally the same. Well, I guess we did do the boat expedition this morning, but now Charlie and I are just going to lounge on the beach for a couple of hours. I'll show you our little section of the beach now. Bikini on, hair back in a bun, and I've got my visor. If I have my hair parted, I'll put a full cap on, or if I start to feel a bit hot, I've got a castor white cap. White is great because it bounces the sun off, so if you do get a little bit dizzy in the sun sometimes, a white cap is your best friend. But this is literally me for the rest of the day now. So we've got this gorgeous decking area outside our room. This is where we have our morning coffee. Our room does have its own pool area. I think every room here actually has a pool. We've got this lovely shaded area where I like to come and read my book, my magazine, and then down here, just to grab my bag, I'm using my Loewe beach bag that I got from Vista Village. Look at the colour of the sea. So this is where we're gonna make our base camp and where you'll find us basically for the rest of the holiday. So we've been on the beach for about 3 or 4 hours, just dunking in and out of the sea and going for little walks around the island. And I just popped on my London heatwave dress. This is my Club Monaco dress that I've had for about 5 years now, and it's great because it's a halter neck, it's backless, so I've just popped on some new bikini bottoms, and this is my outfit for lunch. And I'm wearing Prada sunglasses that I bought from duty free non-stop. I've been wearing them literally all day, every day since we arrived. Thank you. Wow. So next on our agenda today, we have a couples massage overlooking the ocean on these Overwater Villas. Wow. Look at this. Okay, back in the room after the most heavenly massage. That was so good, in fact, that we have booked another one. So we booked in for Tuesday as well, which is in, what day is it today? I've completely lost track of the days. I think it's Thursday. So we booked another massage for in 5 days time. It was just absolutely lovely. I'm washing my hair every other day while we're here, and today is not a hair wash day, so I thought I would do a very, very quick, obviously I don't wear that much makeup when I'm away, a very quick makeup routine with you. But before I get started with that, I'm going to put on some of my moisturizer. Of course, there was not even a question about which moisturizer I was going to bring with me. I have bought my ByTerry Hyaluronic Global Face Cream. Without shadow of a doubt, the most hydrating moisturizer I have ever used, and it just keeps my skin looking and feeling amazing, despite the fact that we've been on the beach all day. Even when I'm at home, if my skin is particularly dry, this is the one that I will reach for. So I will let that sink in before getting started on my makeup. Okay, I've just popped on my pearl headband while I do my makeup, but I like to let my moisturizer sink in just for a few moments before I get started. So the reason why this was just the #1 contender for moisturizer to bring with me, this is the Hyaluronic Global Face Cream from ByTerry, and this has got 8 hyaluronic acids within this of 3 different molecular weights. And the reason why that is so important is because it means that the hyaluronic acid particles are various sizes so that they can penetrate every layer of your skin to give you just ultimate hydration, ultimate kind of plump, juicy, healthy looking skin. If your skin is feeling a bit dehydrated and you're getting any little fine lines, then this will really help with those. Or if you've been out all day in the sun, in the cold, and your skin's feeling a bit uncomfortable, a bit dehydrated, then the hyaluronic acid ingredients within this will really, really help with that. Hyaluronic as an ingredient holds 1,000 times its own weight in moisture, so it's really good at just injecting the skin with that juicy moisture that is so, so good for our skin. I remember when this first launched, I listened to a Zoom with Terry herself, and she was talking about how many amazing ingredients were in this, not just hyaluronic acid. There's niacinamide, photosqualene, which is great for, I hope I've pronounced that right, which is great for the skin, for protecting the skin. So many amazing ingredients, all vegan, which just helps your skin to be hydrated and healthy for super long-lasting hydration. So this is always my first port of call when it comes to starting my makeup, and yeah, I do try to leave it on the skin for a couple of minutes just to really sink in, and my skin just like sucks it all in straight away. It's like a sigh of relief for my skin. I'm gonna pop some lip balm on as well, pamper my lips as well. This is the ByTerry Balm de Rose lip balm. These are my 2 favorite ranges within ByTerry, the Balm de Rose range. My skincare line that I brought with me, my micellar water, is from the Balm de Rose range. Really nice and calming for the skin. And then the hyaluronic range includes the face cream and so many of my other favorite products, ranging from my powder that I'm always talking about, the Hyaluronic Hydra Lip Balms, the under eye concealer that I am going to use in a second. I apologize for the lighting. By the way, there's a really bright spotlight directly above my head and it's not especially flattering, but I am very excited to say that I have a discount code with ByTerry, which is Josie20, and that will get you 20% off full price pieces. I'll leave all the T's and C's and everything that you need to know about that down below. The next thing that I'm going to apply to my skin is also from within the hyaluronic range, and it is the Hyaluronic Hydra Foundation. Now, because I don't want to have like a full face today, what I'm actually going to do is pop a little bit of the face cream on the back of my hand and mix in. This has also got so many of the amazing skin-loving ingredients within this, including, of course, those hyaluronic acids. And I always think that your makeup should also be great for your skin, be doing something for your skin. And so I've just got the two products on the back of my hand, mixing them together, and this makes it almost a little bit like a BB cream as opposed to a foundation. And it gives a really lovely light coverage. I have actually treated myself to a new ByTerry makeup sponge, so I'm going to blend that in using this. I always like to dampen it a little bit first. This sponge in particular, it's a really good shape because it's like a teardrop, but then it's pointed and flat on one side, so it's great for getting in all the different corners of your face. I'm hoping that as the week progresses, I will catch a little bit of colour on my face, and I did actually bring the shade deeper as well so that I can blend the two together. This is 300C Cool Medium Fair, and I would say it's my perfect UK skin tone, but yeah, I might add a slightly deeper colour as the week progresses. But those areas where I need a little bit of extra coverage, because that is a super light coverage, but I still want hydration, so I'm going to use the ByTerry Hyaluronic Hydra Concealer. When this launched, this was literally the answer to my prayers, because I'm so excited by products that are both skincare and makeup, because as I said, I want my products to be doing multiple things. I don't want it to just be covering my dark circles, I also want it to be hydrating the eye area, and this is actually 87% skincare. So it's mostly skincare, but it also has the benefits of being a concealer as well. So it plumps the under eye area, brightens, blurs, conceals, depending on what shade you choose. This is 300 medium fair. So what I'm actually going to do with this color is apply in those areas where I need a little bit of extra coverage. It's great at blurring out those imperfections, so great for just building up a little bit of extra coverage where you need it. And because it's designed for the under eye area, I find that it's just super glowy, and it's described as a luminous matte finish, which is just absolutely beautiful. And then I brought my slightly lighter shade with me as well, which is 200 Natural, and this is the color that for me is perfect for under the eyes. Still a little bit jet lagged, so I just need a little bit of brightening and depuffing in the under eye area. Okay, so to be honest, once my base is done, those two products, the rest of my makeup routine is really quick. The next thing that I'm going to do is add in a little bit of colour. Of course, I'm using my Beach Bomb palette. Not 100% sure if this is still in stock, but if it is, I will of course leave it linked down below. Using the bronze colour just to add in a little bit of warmth. I feel like my face just comes alive when I start using this palette. And then also I'm going to use the slightly brighter blush colour from the Beach Bomb palette as well. And then I actually brought with me, obviously I am always raving about my favourite powder in the whole world, the Hyaluronic Pressed Hydra Powder. I use this every single day back home. But because I knew I would need powder more than ever out here in the Maldives, it is very humid and my skin is quite glowy at the best of times. I thought I would bring with me, what is the technical name? Hyaluronic Hydra Powder Palette, and it comes in two different shades. I've got the fair to medium. So this has got a few different tones of the powder. I would say the colours are very subtle, so you don't need to really worry about colour matching too much. But for example, in this case, I'm going to take one of the slightly deeper shades on my chin, And again, you've got the benefits of the hyaluronic within this. It's a pressed powder, and by some magic, it kind of mattifies the skin. Doesn't dry out the skin at all, definitely no cakiness, but it still lets the skin glow. It's just, if you've tried it, you'll know what I mean. It really is quite magic in terms of powder, and if you hate powders, this is the one to try. So I've just used the deeper shade down on my chin, a little bit of coverage as well, but very, very subtle. And then I'm going to take this bright white shade and use that under the eye area for a little bit of brightening, and that also just helps to set down the concealer. And then the colourless, I'm going to take in between my brows because this area gets quite shiny. And then on a bigger fluffy brush, I'm just going to take the colourless all over the skin. This brush barely picks up any product, so it's just perfect for a very, very soft powder. If for some reason I wanted to wear makeup earlier in the day, if I was going to be taking photos or anything, then I might use the loose version. I find with this you can really kind of pack a lot more product onto the brush, and it's a little bit more intense, but I personally don't think I need it this evening. So I'm just going to finish doing the fun bits of my makeup. So I'll finish doing my makeup with the VIP palette. This is the eyeshadow palette that I used all throughout Christmas, and I brought it with me. I think I'm actually going to use this lovely light gold shade. Super quick brows, and then I'm using the ByTerry Lash Expert mascara. You can actually twist the lid of this, I don't know if you'll be able to see, and make the brush twisted, which just helps you to pick up, there we go, can you see it's now twisted. Just helps you to really coat your lashes even more, and this one I find is really good at separating out the lashes. I did have an LVL treatment before coming out here, so they are pretty quick and easy to do. And to be honest, that is it. I don't like to spend too much time doing my makeup on holidays. I like to just get out and about. I will pop on this evening a little bit of highlight. I'm just going to use the shade from the Beach Bomb palette. This is the best palette if you are coming on holiday. Really, really subtle highlight. Oh, and I didn't use any lip balm, so again, I want my lips to be hydrated, so ByTerry, I think this is the latest launch from the hyaluronic range, the Hydra Lip Balms, which I'm just obsessed with. You will always find at least one of these in my handbag. My favourite is shade number 2, but that is in my beach bag. In fact, aha! I told you I have one in every single handbag. I've got shades 2 and 3 here. 3 is a little bit more of a kind of colour in itself. It's like a really beautiful, almost like dusky rose pink. In fact, maybe that's a better evening colour. And then 2 is like a pretty kind of petal pink colour. Really quite hard to show you in this lighting. I think I'm going to go for petal pink number 2. It's actually called Nudissimo. If throughout this vlog you ever wonder what is on my lips, it is going to be either number 2 or number 3 ByTerry Hyaluronic Hydra Balm. I think the clue is in the name. It is just super, super hydrating, really lovely and balmy, but the most gorgeous colours as well. So these are going to come in my handbag for this evening. And that is it. That is my super quick and easy makeup routine. If I'm not, and I literally do the same thing every single day, as you all know if you watch my vlogs. But yeah, if I'm not chatting to the camera, this probably takes me 5 minutes maximum, which means I can spend more time out on the beach or at dinner or whatever we are doing at that time. It's just really important for me that my skin is hydrated and looking and feeling its best, and with the ByTerry Hyaluronic range, it's just got all the ingredients to plump and nourish and keep my skin glowing and feel comfortable. And it's just such long-lasting hydration as well, especially because the hyaluronic ingredients are within literally every single step of my makeup routine, so I absolutely adore it. So don't forget, Josie20 is the code that you need, 20% off ByTerry, which is so generous of them. Thank you very much, ByTerry, and I'll leave all of these products linked down below. Now I need to figure out what I'm going to do with my hair, and then I will show you my makeup outside where the lighting is a little bit less spotlighty, and decide what to wear for this evening. Well, I was going to show you my makeup in the light outside, but it's pitch black outside. It gets dark super quickly here. If you come in to shower at like 6, then by the time you get out of the shower, it is pitch black. So this is the outfit of the evening. I'm wearing, this is an Isabel Marant dress that I treated myself to about 3 or 4 years ago. I always remember the first time I shoot pieces, and we shot this, it's going to sound a bit morbid, but in a graveyard in Clapham, and there were some really beautiful flowers in this churchyard. And yeah, I absolutely love those pictures. It was for a Bulgari fragrance. And then I've got this little Zara basket bag. This is actually the only evening bag that I brought with me, so I'm just using this every single evening. And even though I feel like I was quite good at choosing my accessories, I still managed to have the world's heaviest suitcase. So yeah, this is my little evening bag. And then my Hermes sandals that I picked up, that feels really weird to say, that I picked up in the airport, my lovely watch, and oh, I don't have a necklace on, but I think I'll survive without this evening. This is my makeup from a front-on angle. The lip colour and just a subtle pop of pink on the cheeks is just very nice and fresh, nice and glowy. So this is my look for the evening, and tonight we actually have dinner on the beach this evening. It's called the Fire Pit dinner. I think it's going to be like a barbecue style, so Charlie's looking forward to some steak, and it should be a really nice evening. What's your outfit of the evening, darling?
The evening, mate. Club Monaco shorts, Reese top. These I'm going to do a Vivian Irons, or I'm going to do a U. I've had these shorts for about 3, 4, 5 years.
Well, it's funny, we're both wearing like stuff that you've had in our wardrobe for ages on this trip, aren't we?
Well, it's funny because there's stuff that I'm wearing that I got for our Ibiza trip, but it didn't arrive in time. Ibiza, and I never got to wear it because I feel like when we got back from that trip, English summer ended.
Yeah.
Like that was all. Like we got back in August, and I think August was awful.
Yeah.
So yeah, I like Club Monaco shorts because they're short. If you've got short legs like me,
shorts,
you want short shorts.
Yeah.
So yeah, there we go.
Great. You look like you're applying for a job with Nicholson's, wearing their signature colour this evening.
Yeah, a bit too much green.
What's his catchphrase?
Indeed.
Indeed.
Legend.
Indeed. I've just realised I've not given you a villa tour, but this is what it looks like. Yeah, this is what it looks like at night. I will show you in the morning.
Thanks for that.
So to get to the fire pit, we have a jungle walk through the flames. Feels a little bit kind of Tahitian. And look at this, the setup for dinner on the beach. Wow. Ooh.
Life is a winding road, no telling where it goes. Driving through days and nights, won't stop for traffic lights. And I really wanna know, if I will ever figure out where the road goes. Even if I'm falling down, I will keep on searching for my highs.
Well, good morning, my darlings. Today has started off in a very lovely way. We set our alarm for 6 o'clock this morning so that we could see the sunrise. There was quite a lot of low cloud, as you'll have seen, on the horizon, so we didn't see the sun actually rising, but we saw it going through the clouds. But we've still got 6 more mornings here, so hopefully one of those mornings you'll catch the actual sunrise. I might even take the yoga mat out there one morning and do a little bit of sun salutations. I'm reading the Manifest by Roxy Nafusi book while I'm here, and I'm listening to lots of manifestation podcasts. I'm determined to leave this holiday and rejoin 2022 on a very high vibration. I'll talk more about that a little bit later, but yeah, it's a great start to the day. And then we headed to the gym, which is Overwater here, so it's just the most amazing gym with great views, and it just really inspires you to get going a little bit. But anyway, before we head out onto the beach this morning, we've also just had our breakfast, currently waiting for my sun cream to sink in a little bit. So before we head out onto the beach, I'm going to finally give you a villa tour. So we're staying in just one of the normal beach villas here at Raffles. It's actually the cheapest and smallest room that they've got here, but it is ginormous. It is without doubt the biggest hotel room slash beach villa that we've ever stayed in the Maldives, and probably ever. I don't think I've ever stayed in a room bigger than this. But yeah, I'm going to flip you around and give you a little tour. I did take some video clips just as we arrived before we exploded our stuff everywhere, so I'll pop those over the top if there are certain areas that are a little bit messy. But let me start by showing you the outside. So this is our kind of decking area. We've got our own private pool. All the villas here have got their own private pool. We've got this little kind of relaxation area. This is where you enter. You can block it off if you want to, and you enter the villa via this really lovely jungle walk. Generally, Charlie and I prefer beach villas to overwater bungalows, but I think we're going to have a tour of the island tomorrow, so I'll be able to show you one of the water bungalows as well. But yeah, this lovely jungle walkway is how we access our villa. I think that's a hibiscus flower. Really beautiful, lush green vegetation here, and all the villas are thatched, which is really fun to see. The Maldivian version of a thatched roof, which is palm tree leaves. So yeah, this is our entrance area. Isn't this gorgeous? And through here we actually have our very own outdoor shower, which Charlie and I like to use after we've been on the beach. Gorgeous view, and you can actually take a little shortcut into our bathroom through there. So then if we go inside, if you are thinking of coming to Raffles, by the way, I would highly recommend this exact beach villa. It's number 14, and Charlie and I have kind of decided that 14 to 20 are probably the best ones beach-wise. In here we've got an espresso machine, some water, some little snacks. I brought with me a milk frother. I think I got this on Amazon. I'll leave it linked down below, but it's very, very handy if you just can't be without your oat milk cappuccino in the mornings. And then I think we've got, yeah, a little fridge in here. They've bought some almond milk. I could probably ask them for some oat milk now that they've had their delivery as well. A little hamper here with snacks. Lots of really beautiful, kind of tasteful pieces in here, like these little structures made out of shells, a Maldivian drum down there, a little relaxation area. Oh, what's in here? Or is this just a shortcut to the bedroom? Oh yeah, I've never actually been through here before. So this is a little shortcut into the main bedroom area. Ginormous bed, I think probably an emperor. At home, Charlie and I have got a Super King, and this is definitely bigger. And then I really love these lights. They're like a coral design underneath, and 4-post bed, mosquito nets. I've had a couple of bites, but nothing major. I think they fumigate the island so you don't get too many bugs. Little chaise longue here with all of our magazines. We've set this up as our desk. We're not doing too much work, but just maybe half an hour of checking emails and getting back to some urgent ones every day. Little lounge area here. We did have a gorgeous fruit basket when we arrived, and our butler, every room has a butler, made us a Maldivian sling. The Singapore sling is the kind of Raffles signature cocktail, so we enjoyed one of those upon our arrival. And then this is our ginormous bathroom. Oh my goodness. This is a dressing room area, so I've got all of my clothes hung up on this side, swimwear, etc. in the drawers. Charlie's side looking very neat and tidy and organized. Great big mirror here for outfit of the day. And then we have got the makeup station. I've got my skincare essentials, my SPF 50. I brought my hair burst with me, moisturizer. I've been using my face halos as my first way of getting off my makeup. And I bought 2 of these bags, which are both by the Flat Lay Co. They are really, really helpful because you can just open them all up really wide. So you can see all your products and rummage through all of your products, and then you can just hoik them closed. So you know you can just open it all out, see all your bits and bobs, get whatever you need, and then you just pull the string and it tidies everything up, which is fabulous. And then we have this absolutely humongous bath, which we haven't used yet, but I think we will. Maybe this evening we might have a little bath, or a big bath rather. Toilet in there, and our huge rain shower through those double doors here, and then finally this little kind of hair station. This is where I showed you my makeup the other day, and yeah, I've just got all of my hair tools. I did end up bringing my air wrap, I've got my clothes steamer, and just a little selection of jewellery. I brought with me these beautiful brand new earrings from Astrid & Mew, and they are just the most delicate little, in fact I might pop these in now, delicate little sparkling hoops. So that's our absolutely gorgeous beach villa. Now that I'm vlogging, I can see this little red mark on my arm. I think this is an area where I must have like brushed off my sun cream yesterday, because it's the only area that I've managed to burn myself. I'm wearing a factor 50, at least for these first 4 or 5 days. So now that my cream has sunk in, it's time for us to set up camp on the beach again. This is so sweet. I just thought that a leaf had blown into my book and I'd shut it inside by accident, but I just found a little note on here from Ahmed, who is our butler for the villa. Have a good night, from Ahmed. How cute is that? They're always doing sweet little touches like this. So I can use this as my bookmark. And yeah, this is the book that I'm reading, Manifest, 7 Steps to Living Your Best Life. So far I'm really enjoying it, and if you have heard me talking about manifestation and in particular the book The Secret and the Law of Attraction, then this is a really, really good book to help you understand it and put it into practice in very kind of tangible steps. I find that the book The Secret is, obviously it's quite old now, but also it can be a little bit hard to wrap your head around, whereas this is written in a much more digestible way. I'm only like 70 pages in, so not quite halfway, but I will report back once I've finished it. After a few lovely hours on the beach, we are trekking through the jungle for lunch, and usually we like to spend the afternoons by the pool after lunch because it's the sunnier side of the island. Our villa is on the sunrise side, as you saw this morning, and it just means that some of the foliage creates a little bit of shade on the beach. And you like to be in the sun all day, don't you, darling? We
want to make the most of it, don't we?
Make the most
Particularly,
of it.
I feel like when you go on holiday in the summer, the British summer, I don't feel like we're as much sun worshippers, but when we're away now...
the days are much longer
But also, Europe. Yeah, but also we know that we're returning, aren't we, to... hopefully it's only going to be another month in the UK. We were saying, weren't we, yesterday?
Yeah.
Another month and we can get out in the garden and spring will be springing.
Yeah.
Good afternoon.
Hi, good afternoon.
But yeah, while we're here we want to make the most of the sun, don't we? We've been doing a lot of reading.
Yeah, absolutely.
I've already finished 1 book. I don't think I've definitely never read 2 books on a holiday.
Gosh.
Because I'm not a big reader, so I'm determined to finish both my books this trip.
Well done.
And start at least your book.
Manifest.
Yeah.
Which I am 1 chapter away from finishing. So we're almost there. Our commute is almost complete. And yeah, I think we'll spend the rest of the afternoon by the pool. Deck chairs in the house for our afternoon by the pool after a lovely lunch, and we're just overseeing some new arrivals to the island. I didn't vlog this bit, but when we arrived, as these guys are about to experience, a few members of staff all line up. They're playing a few musical instruments, a Maldivian drum. Someone was actually blowing a conch shell, like the Maldivian version of a didgeridoo, so they'll be getting that experience now. So this is where we are relaxing. Oh, there's the shell being blown. So we're just going to relax by the infinity pool, and the sun actually will set down here in a few hours' time. I have actually just finished my book. There we go, the drums are off. I've just finished my book, Manifest, 7 Steps to Living Your Best Life. As I said in my intentions video a couple of weeks ago, I really wanted to practice a little bit more manifestation this year. I didn't really do it actively since the start of COVID, but I feel like I really want to step it up again this year. So this was a great kind of refresher. I would highly recommend reading this. I always find it quite, I thought I'd flip you around and talk to you properly. I always find it quite an overwhelming topic because there's just so much to it. But that book is quite a good introduction as well as a refresher if you already know about manifesting and you just want to kickstart it a little bit. So yeah, great read. I'm going to move on to another book, but then I'll probably read that book again before we go home, just so that I know all of the steps and have everything very much front of mind. But for now I'm going to tune into a podcast. I've got Joe Malone's book with me as well, so I might start reading that later. But for now I think I'm going to have a little nap and maybe a swim in this gorgeous swimming pool. One thing that is so lovely about this island is that even though I think there's quite a lot of people staying here, it just feels like we have the place to ourselves. Everyone really keeps themselves to themselves, and if you're staying in one of the water bungalows over there, it is so private. You could literally go like 2 weeks and not see a single soul. I've just done 30 lengths in the infinity pool, which was lovely. I think we're going to stay here to watch the sunset because I think it's going to be quite a spectacular one tonight. And I've just ordered a coffee milkshake and they brought over some little dips to enjoy with it as well. Good evening, my darlings. Just had a super quick body shower and done a little bit of makeup, the exact same makeup as the last makeup routine that you saw for this evening. We're heading over to the Water Villa Island, I believe it's called the Pearl, for our dinner this evening. And this is just a very, very typical Josie on holiday evening outfit. I have got on this gorgeous Zimmermann dress, which I think I actually got from the Outnet, was it last summer or the summer before? And it's just a really lovely silhouette, a little bit more form-fitting on the bodice. It's very, very subtle, but I've got on this gorgeous Astrid & Mew necklace, which is from the new collection. It's actually solid gold, and it just sparkles when it catches the light. Really, really beautiful. My watch, and these are Missima earrings. The dress has got this nice little floral detail down at the bottom, and my new Hermes sandals, which I got from the airport. Same bag as usual. Chasla, what's your outfit of the evening?
Cappuccino.
Cappuccino?
I feel like a cappuccino.
Is it brown? Oh, I thought it was navy.
No, it's like a brown colour. This is from a brand called The Anthology. I found them on Instagram.
Well done.
They're not British. They're a Hong Kong brand. They're made in Hong Kong. White shorts from all of our brand, and my very well loved Mulo house shoes.
Very nice.
We don't really need shoes. I managed to obviously injure my toe today.
Silly sausage.
Little victim of stubbing my toe.
Oh dear.
Feeling a bit more tanned today. But yeah, short shorts. That's the way forward, isn't it?
Cheeky.
When you've got short legs, you need to wear short shorts.
Short shorts.
Right, let's do this. So
because the Overwater Villas are not attached, and maybe you can explain why they're not attached, you basically get a speedboat from the main island over to the Water Villa Pearl. Something to do with it being a different...
So I think what one of the chaps said is, so it's in, I think it's where the atoll curves or something.
Right.
And so the Water Villa is on the other side of that. So basically to build a bridge would be disrupting coral, etc. I believe.
Yeah.
So that's why they've not done it.
Sorry, we had to cut that short because of the engine noise, but actually I thought that what he said was that because the Garfu atoll is so big, it's almost on like there's like a border in between it.
Yeah, I
think
think
that you couldn't build a bridge over that border.
I think that's what I was trying to say, but yeah, basically there's a lot of coral and there's an edge there. No?
Yeah, well, it's probably the two reasons, and it's a little bit further away from the main island, but I mean that took a grand total of 20 seconds.
Yeah.
We have already had a dinner on this on the Overwater Pearl. We are staying here on a half-board basis, which is breakfast and dinner included, and you can choose where you want to have dinner, here or the other restaurant. It's only if you do special things like the sunken dinner or like cinema night that are additional charges.
And what I would say is, when you compare it to, I think we've visited about 6 or 7 islands now, the choice, obviously there's only 2 restaurants, although they do barbecues on the beach, don't they?
Yeah.
But the choice over that restaurant, so this is Japanese, and this is honestly London level Japanese in the Maldives, which is amazing. But the choice of the menu over there with the authentic Maldivian dishes, authentic Indian dishes, Western dishes is amazing. Like, I think we're here 10 nights. Good quality. I don't think even if we wanted to, we could eat every dish on that menu.
No. Whereas we've decided we're going to have pizzas tomorrow.
Yeah, exactly. So let's do this.
Other islands that we've been to, it can get a little bit samey, but the food here is really, really, really good.
It's a huge positive, isn't it?
Yeah, we've actually not seen the Overwater Island in the daylight yet, but we are having an explore. They're actually going to take us on a bit of a tour tomorrow, so looking forward to that. But anyway, for now, let's go and have some nice Japanese. Oh, and we could also have breakfast here if we wanted to. As part of our... Oh yeah, lovely. Oh, that'd be nice. We'll see it in the daylight. Hi. Good evening. Yep. What have you got, darling?
This is my favourite dish on the island: rock shrimp tempura.
Nice.
And then, honestly, this is more than London. This is a good London sushi level.
Yeah.
Which we've had sushi in the Maldives before. It must be added that we try and eat as authentically as we can here. But when you're here for a long time, it's nice to eat different dishes, and they do Japanese really well. I think a lot of this fish will have to come from Sri Lanka.
Do you think? Surely they just fish it here.
I don't think tuna is easy to find in the Indian Ocean.
Oh really?
I don't believe so.
I bet they can out deep.
I don't know. But anyway, like anywhere they import stuff. But this is insane level Japanese food.
Yeah, the food is exceptional quality here, which is very hard to find in the Maldives. I have got a vegan mango Maggi because I don't like fish.
Because it is important to mention, you don't really go to the Maldives for the food normally.
No.
And this is definitely, I'm not just saying this is probably the best food we've had consistently on a Maldivian island, isn't it?
Definitely. Excited to try the pizzas tomorrow.
And the pasta.
Pizza pasta. Buon appetit. A romantic gesture from Charlie to start off our Sunday morning. Cute.
Yes.
Good morning, my darlings. Excuse the attire. We decided to come straight from breakfast because Charlie just did straight from the gym to breakfast this morning because Charlie just did a stretch. I actually did a 20-minute cardio on the Peloton app, which I've never done before, and it was really good. And then I did a 10-minute yoga afterwards as well. So we got to breakfast quite early this morning because we didn't go back to the room and faff about for a bit. And it meant that we were here for 8 AM, which apparently is the time of day that the dolphins do their commute around the island. I remember when we used to go to the same island over and over and over again, you would always notice that the dolphins have like a route that they take. So at a certain time of the morning they are in one place, and at a certain time of the afternoon they're in another. So hopefully we'll try and get to breakfast this early again a few more mornings this week. We've got a whole nother week here, which is just amazing. Or 5 more nights have we got?
Yeah,
yeah.
I hate counting down.
I know.
We're 6 halfway days through, including today. We're exactly halfway through.
We're halfway through, which is amazing. Yeah, hopefully we'll get to see the dolphins again. There was so many of them. They were jumping up and doing like triple horizontal flips, which was really fun to see. Just on the edge of the coral reef where it gets a little bit deeper. But yeah, because it's Sunday morning, I've ordered pancakes for my breakfast this morning. Charlie has got, what is it, the Middle Eastern breakfast?
Yeah. It's essentially like Turkish baked eggs, I believe. As we were saying yesterday, I just want to take a photo. As we were saying yesterday, one thing that we love about this island is the variety of breakfast.
Yeah.
It's not, sometimes when you get variety on a menu, it's to the detriment of the quality of the food. Whereas here, well, everything so far has been amazing, right?
Yep. Cheers to that, mate. So it's a few hours later, we've got a little bit more cloud cover this afternoon, and Charlie and I get to explore the Overwater Villas this afternoon, so we're going to check out... Yeah, they are, they're thatched. That's what I said yesterday, they're like a coconut palm thatch.
Maybe we should launch a straw top in the Maldives.
Yeah, that'd be amazing. Thumbs up for Straw Top Maldives. Anyway, Ahmed is going to show us around. Let's go and check it out.
Nice porch. Wow.
Can you lie on it?
Yeah.
Anyways, you will go to the water, so don't worry.
Yeah, that's true. Although it's a little bit shallow right now. Beautiful. So every villa has their own infinity pool. Wow. Yeah. Very private decking area. This is gorgeous. Bathroom space is amazing. This is the biggest bed I have ever seen. That 3 meters.
Is it 2 single?
No, that's like 2 double beds.
It's like 3 single beds. It's like 4 single beds.
That's literally a double bed and a double bed. That is insane. Good evening, my darlings. It's now a few hours later and Charlie and I have just seen the most beautiful sunset here. It happens within the blink of an eye, literally 2 minutes later, and it's completely gone. But we are on the beach fairly early this evening because we have a very special dinner. Tonight we have the sunken dinner experience, which is going to start for us in about half an hour. So we're going to go and grab a quick drink by the bar now that we've seen the sunset. But before it gets dark, I want to show you this really magical setup. So our dinner this evening is going to be down here on the beach in this sunken dining area. They've created this little sofa setup, a dinner table setup, and funnily enough, these are actually the green goblets that I bought from Amazon just a few weeks ago. But it's a really, really beautiful setup. They've done such a lovely job, and what a gorgeous view while we enjoy our dinner. My goodness, look at this view. We ended up just quickly going back to the room because we were both so roasting. Charlie wanted to change his top. You could probably see from my hair in that last clip. The curls have now completely fallen out because it's so humid. But this is the long bar, which is very iconic of Raffles hotels to have a long bar. So we're gonna have a couple of drinks here before it's ready for us to head to our sunken area for dinner. So we've come back down to our sunken table. It's a rather lovely experience, isn't it?
Yeah, it's spectacular.
So
I don't really know why more Maldivian islands don't do this because, as you said, it's not straightforward. It's not the right word because I think it took them about 2 hours.
Oh my goodness.
With a watering can.
Yeah.
But we're literally sat on a sofa-like structure within
the beach. We're dug into the beach, and we've decided we're going for an Indian themed dinner tonight. So we both ordered chicken tikka masala, and we're starting with, what is it, watermelon
apple shot. Just, it's like a palate cleanser, isn't it?
Oh, well, cheers.
Already did mine. That was lovely. Nice and refreshing. Yeah.
Well, here's our first course. I have got a ginger tofu, and Char, what have you got?
I have got the tuna ceviche.
Tuna ceviche, nice and healthy.
Do you know what?
What's that?
Your tofu dish, we can easily recreate at home.
Yeah?
That looks quite nice, doesn't it? I would never do tofu on its own like that. I mean, it's a, what's it got in there? Spring onion, a bit of soy sauce, a bit of honey maybe. Stick some sesame seed, toasted sesame seeds in there. Be lovely.
Nice.
This looks lovely.
And we are enjoying our starters, listening to a lovely live violinist and singer, and the lapping of the waves. Beautiful.
Beautiful. Amazing. Amazing.
Yeah, enjoy your dinner.
Thank you so much.
Brilliant. Look at that.
Wow, they're like proper like
great.
Fabulous.